Hello everyone, today I'm going to be saying some beginner tips and tricks for Mine-imator because that's important so people can learn how to use it and stuff. Alright, number one is parenting. Let's say you want to make a fight animation and you're all like, okay, so I'm going to get the sword and I'm going to put it in my guy's hand. Alright, so now it's in my guy's hand and I'm going to make him swing his sword upward. I'm going to make him swing upward. And then you realize that the sword's not attached to his hand, and then you quit Mine-imator, you never animate again until you find my tutorial and realize the solution, and then you feel the confidence to use Mine-imator again. The solution is you want to select your sword or item. You're going to want to go here to parent, and you're going to go to sleep, and let's say you want to do his left arm. You want him to hold it on it by his left arm. Alright, so now that you got it positioned, the sword is now attached to his arm, so when you raise his arm, the sword goes with it. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and add a camera. So this will be like the view that the animation is actually seen from. So let's shrink that down. And you'll notice that we got a camera now. And let's say we're going to want put a keyframe here. And then go over here. And yeah, let's say you want to have the camera move around and stuff. So then here it's like that, and here it's like that. Let's move it a bit more like that, so you'll notice the difference a bit more. Yeah. But then you realize that when you hit play, it goes kind of like that. That might be what you want, but sometimes you want it to just teleport there. So we're gonna go. Is go to the starting keyframe, hit this, right click, and hit this right here. This is instant. There's also different things like easy and quadratic and things like that. You're just going to want hit instant for this. So then what will happen is the moment it hits that keyframe, instead of it being moving the whole time, the moment it hits the keyframe, it teleports. Like that. So then, if you want the camera to be teleporting around, then this works. This was a big problem that I had when I first started, is I didn't know how to do that. Something that you might notice first is that, you might just, add your character in, have him stand completely straight, which isn't a good idea, because, normally people don't just stand completely straight and completely stiff. So you might want to, select him, grab an arm, bring it out a bit, maybe, another one. Kind of do something like this. You might want to, think of when you're idling. You might be looking to the side a bit. Your body might be bent a bit like that, but tilted up. You're normally not going to be standing completely straight or something. So, make sure that your characters aren't ever standing, completely straight, because then it kind of takes out the realism from your animation. Alright, let's say, you want your character to walk or run. Something you're never, ever going to want to do is you're never going to want to, just have him slide like this. You don't want to hit play, have your character walk around like that. That doesn't look good. Oops, I deleted the whole guy. Yeah, because I think you could see why. That doesn't look realistic at all. That's not how people walk around. What you're going to want to do is, when you're beginning, this is okay, but after a while, I'd recommend, learning your own animation, for walking or running by hand. But what you want to do is, let's say you want to start him walking at 5. You do that and go to, let's say, by 30. You're going to want him to stop on. So, you're going to go here, and you're going to go to 5, and you're going to double-click your keyframe, and you'll notice these two walking or running guys. Let's say we want him to be walking. We hit walking, then when we hit play, he walks. And let's say you hit the undo button, so he doesn't have that walking animation, and instead he is just standing. And we could go back and we could hit the run button. So now he runs, and that's a bit too slow for running. I didn't really time that right, but you could do this for while you're still beginning. But after a while, I would really recommend you find your own run cycle, or make your own run cycle, use a tutorial that's like based on custom run cycles instead of just using like the traditional Mine-imator one. Another great tip is don't like ever include the flatlands in your animation. That kind of just like ruins the feeling and the realism. And you're so like if your computer is like mine and it can't handle big terrain, you might want to do something like add fog or like add huge walls or something. Like let's say we could also just like move the camera around so you can't see it. Like, oh, did not mean to do that, but we could go like this, and sorry, I'm recording this with one hand. Do something like this, then you can't see the flatlands. Or just like anything to make it look like it's an infinite world or something out there without any flatlands. I feel like that would just improve your animation a lot. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the very end. If you do want more videos like this, like I will be open to recommendations in the comments. So just tell me like what you want to learn in Mine-imator, and I'll try and do something on it. Unless of course I'm just like really bad at doing that certain thing, then there will be no point in teaching. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.